Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How is everybody doing? How is everybody's week? So this is my second time in the last 24 hours sitting here and filming for you guys. The one I did yesterday, it just wasn't 100% there, and I don't want to put out anything less than 100% for you guys. So here we are today. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I used to do my makeup in high school, and then I'm going to recreate it into how I would do it today. I think I saw James Charles post a video like this recently, and that's kind of what got my mind going on this. I thought it would be fun. So I'm sure everybody knows who James Charles is, but just in case you don't, I will link his channel and the specific video down below for you guys if you want to check that out. So let's get right into this. So I really wish that I could remember my MySpace login and password, because this picture that I have right here does not do this look justice. Like, this picture makes the look better than what it actually was. And I know that there's way better pictures on MySpace where you could like really see how bad this look is. But what I can tell you is that on the inner half of the eye is just straight up white, and the outer half of the eye is just straight up black, and that is the entire eye look, and then a shit ton of mascara. That is all. I know that I wasn't the only one that did this in high school, thank God. My best friend did it. I know a few other girls that did it as well, but I don't know who told us it was okay to walk around like this. Like, looking back on it, like, it's definitely like skunk eyes, like white in the center and black on the outside, like, and that's that. Okay, so going into this, I do not have any of the products, honestly, that I used to use on my face. So I will just be trying to recreate it with the products that I do have. So for foundation, I used to use the Maybelline Fit Me in a shade Too Dark for Me, with powder that was also too dark for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and use my Morphe Fluidity foundation, and then I'm just going to use a darker powder to try to darken that up, just so that you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to put some of this foundation on the back of my hand. And when I was in high school, I did not like to apply my foundation with a brush. Beauty blenders, if they were out, they weren't big. I sure as hell didn't know what it was. So I just used my hand. So that is what I'm going to do today. That's what I did then. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I would literally, this is so gross. Like, I don't know why I used to do this. And I would just rub it in with my hands just like this. I would always put it over my eyebrow. I don't know why. I'd always put it over my eye. So I'm just going to come right down the center of my nose right here. When I was in high school too, I would put it over my lips. I don't know why, but I would. Normally I would do my eyebrows, but didn't do my eyebrows in high school, so I'm not going to do my eyebrows today. My eyebrows are also super thin, and I think that's part of the reason why I can never get my eyebrows even now, because like every other girl in high school, I overplucked my eyebrows like crazy. I had really thin eyebrows. You could see in the picture, I'll put it up again. It was just all bad. So I think that might be part of the reason why my eyebrows are the way they are today. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to take a bronzer color, and I'm just going to put that all over my face, because my face was always darker. And this I would use a brush for. See, this is so bad. Little orange, just how I looked in high school, but you know, that's okay. I don't know who told me this was okay, but I'm sure you guys can tell how much darker this is. Okay, so that is it for the face. No eyebrows, no bronzer, no blush, no highlight. I did not know what any of that was at that age, and if I did, I just didn't like it. Like, I just didn't like blush. Eyebrows, I had no idea it was ever a thing to do your eyebrows. Bronzer, if I did it, it wasn't until like later, because I know that I did it like later in high school, but not when I was doing this look. Maybe I'll do a part 2 because I did my makeup completely different at the end of high school, and it is just as bad. Trust me, like I look like I had raccoon eyes. So we went from skunk to raccoon eyes in high school. So it was just as bad. I just knew a little bit more about makeup by this time. Anyways, for this look, like I said, it was just white on the inside and black on the outside. So for this look, I'm just going to use my James Charles palette because it has white and it has black. Very easy. So what I used to do in high school was I had a small single eyeshadow that was white, and I had a single eyeshadow that was black, and that's what I had. For the white, I would always go in and use my finger. So I'm just going to take my finger and rub it into Flashback here, just like this. This is all I did. I have that on, and then I'm just going to spread that across my entire lid, just like this. And then I'm just going to build that up because it was white. Okay, so I think that is pretty good. You see that? Beautiful. Okay, so for the black, I did use a brush, so I am just going to go in with my M167 from Morphe, and I am just going to take the black, which is called Spooky, and I am just going to pick that up. Look at that. And then I am literally going to pack this on the outer corner, or the outer half, actually. Just like this. So bad. This is literally what I looked like in high school. Wow. And then what I'm going to do, what I used to do, was take the other side of the brush and just go like this to blend it out a tiny bit. And that was it. That's all. This is so bad. Let me pack this on a little bit more. There we go. And that is it for the eyeshadow, you guys. Next, now that the eyeshadow is done, I always used, what was it, CoverGirl. It was the yellow and purple mascara. I don't remember what the name was, but there was a yellow and purple mascara that I used to use, and I lived by it. But today we're going to use the Too Faced Better Than Sex, and we're just going to put that on. And what I used to do, I would layer like 5 layers of mascara, and I'm going to hate myself for this later. So there's the one. So here is layer 2. And between every layer, it doesn't matter if I still had product, I would always go back in for more. Layer 3. I always felt like I needed hella thick lashes. Hella thick and hella clumpy. Here is 4. I would start going in and like, because once you get enough mascara on there, this is so sad, you can start like piecing them together and like making clumps of eyelashes, and that's what I would start doing towards the end. I would just take the tip and clump them together. Alright, one more coat. I would do this every single day. And then you know what the bad thing is? I would never take it off at night. Like, I didn't know what makeup remover was. I didn't know what like washing my face was before I went to bed. Like, I would literally, well, oh, see, I would do that too. So instead of putting eyeliner on my eye, what I would do is I would take just a little flat brush. This is my JH43, and this is, oh my god, I don't know why I used to do this. I think I saw somewhere, or I watched a YouTube video at the time, like way back then, where if you did this with eyeliner, it would make your eyeliner stay longer. But I never had eyeliner. Well, I did, but I went through it so quickly that I would just take this brush, I would dip it into the black, and I would literally put this on my waterline. And I would have black eyeshadow on my waterline. So this is what I would do. I would take it, stamp it in the black, and just line my waterline. And this is so bad because like you can get this in your eye, and I did, and it would hurt and it would burn, and I could feel it go in there, but it was effective and it worked. So whatever when you're 13, 14 years old, right? My eye is watering now. Ooh. So that is that. So I would do that, and then I would go ahead and do the bottom mascara, and I would not go as heavy on the bottom as I did on the top, but I would go heavy. Just not as heavy. I was always kind of like scared to do my bottom lashes because my eyelashes are so long. This is funny, I didn't want them to look like I had spider lashes, but look at my top lashes, they look like spider lashes. I don't know, the mind of a high schooler, you guys. Okay. So, honestly, that is it. That is how I used to do my makeup in high school, just like this. I'm sorry that you guys had to watch this, but you clicked play. Okay, so going into the other half of the face, now we're going to recreate it. Now I did forget to tell you guys doing this side of my face that I never use face lotion and I never use primer. So we are gonna go ahead and we are going to use face lotion and primer. I'm gonna go ahead and do my actual face off camera. I'm gonna do it just like I normally always would. I'm gonna go ahead and do my face and my brows. So I will be right back. Okay guys, we are back. So the face is done, the eyebrow is done. So we are going to go straight into the eyes, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys on in just so you guys can see a little bit better on how I'm going to recreate this look and make it more modern.
You got that.
Okay, so we are all zoomed in now. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my JH32. I'm going to dip this into the shade Punch Me, and I'm just going to use this for a transition shade. So right in the crease. Okay, so I'm now going to take my JH34 and I am going to dip that into T, and I'm just going to place this in the crease as well, very lightly. So I don't know about you guys, but I didn't really like high school all that much. Not saying that I had a bad experience, but I think I never really knew where I belonged in high school. Like I had like a close group of friends. Like I had a few people that I still talk to these people to this day. We've known each other since we were 5, and they're really great people. And, you know, I had those guys in high school, and I had a few other people, but I still never really felt like I had like a great group of friends. You know, everybody kind of has their like cliques in high school and everything. I was never really like that. Like I had the few people that I hung out with, but like that was it. I was very, let's see, actually it depends on the year. So the end of high school was like that. Like I was very, how do I say this? I was very quiet and like to myself towards the end of high school. The beginning of high school was a different story. So I'm now going to take my JH40. I'm going to dip it into Spooky, the black shade, and I'm going to stamp that into the crease. Like, but I'm not going to pick up a lot. I don't want to go like too overboard because you see how pigmented this is. So as I was saying, high school, like it depends on the year on like how you would describe me. Freshman year, I would say I was probably the most outgoing, and I think it's because I went to a really small school. And we only had 100 people like in each grade. So, and you kind of got like picked to go into the school. And if you weren't picked, you were put on a waiting list by your last name, I think is how it went. I don't really remember. But so I went to this school. They only picked like so many people from each middle school because they wanted it to be like a good mix. And so I was only with like a handful of people really that I knew from my middle school, as to where like a lot of other people, like, you know, you go to your middle school and then a lot of you end up going to the same high school. So you have like the same group of friends, you know what I mean? So I only went there with like a few people that I actually talked to. And then, I think that's why I was like so outgoing, because I felt like I could like reinvent myself and I could really try to find like who I was and like whatnot. And I didn't know these people, so I could become a new Emily. You know what I meant? You know what I meant? You know what I mean? Like at that age, well, this is in 2009. So at that age, you're really trying to figure out like who you are and where you fit in, right? So I think freshman year, I was like the most outgoing. Now, when it came to like me being at home and whatnot, or not even necessarily me being at home, like honestly, throughout my entire high school career, I was a bad kid. I wasn't a bad kid. I wasn't trouble. I don't know how I would explain it, but I will say that because I didn't know who I was and I didn't really have, you know, one group of friends throughout high school and whatnot, I didn't really have a good group of people throughout high school, that I challenged a lot of other things trying to find who I was. And with that came a lot of bad decisions, which ended up to me being like grounded 6 months out of the year, every single year in high school, whether it was all summer or all winter or just like sporadically throughout the year. It always ended up being like 6 months out of every year, right? So whatever, it happened. Now there was one year also that like, I don't know about the people in my grade, but I sure as hell know that all of the upperclassmen hated me, for reasons that I would probably hate me too had I been in their shoes at that time, looking back on it. But like all of the upperclassmen hated me, and I was just like full of drama that year. Like full of it. I was just, like I said, trying to find who I was, and like I never really had one solid group of people, and it just kind of like messed with me personally, I guess, because I didn't really know. You know what I mean? I feel like this isn't making any sense, and I'm sorry if it's not, but it's really hard to explain. Like I was so many different people throughout high school, it's crazy. So junior year, I really started to fall back a little bit more, and honestly, junior year is when I had 3 other girls that like I could count on for anything. Like it was my best friend that I've known since I was 5, and then 2 other girls that to this day I would still do anything for. Like we may not talk as often, but like all of us were like inseparable. It was crazy. But like those girls were all I needed. I didn't really talk to anybody else unless I had to. I was really more focused on school at that point, oddly enough. I didn't really care too much about it in the beginning of high school, but I was really, really focused on it my junior and my senior year. So yeah, I started to fall back a lot, not talking to as many people, not going out as much, not hanging out with the people that I used to hang out with. And then my senior year, I really fell back. Like I even like, honestly, I like let myself go senior year. Like I don't know what happened to me. I don't know if it's because I felt like my high school career was like ruined because of stuff that I did, or if it was because like I just didn't care anymore, you know what I mean? And I don't want to say like my high school career was like ruined, because it wasn't. Like I don't regret anything in high school, don't get me wrong. So yeah, senior year, I never got ready. There was maybe probably like 20 days throughout senior year that I did my hair and I did my makeup. I was always going to school in like leggings and hoodies, my hair up in a messy bun with like, I don't remember if you guys remember those little headbands. They were like the whole circle. They were really, really skinny, and you would wear that like with your messy bun or with your ponytail or whatever. So I would always go like that. I would never have my makeup done, always be in a hoodie, and like that was that. Like every now and then I would get ready, but like I just really, really like fell out of it senior year. So then a year later, a year after high school, is when I moved to Washington State, and that's really when I started to find myself. And I don't know if it's because I went from it's not a small town where I'm from, but it's small town mentality, and I knew that I would never go anywhere if I stayed there. You know what I mean? Even now when I go back home, don't get me wrong, I love all of my friends, I love all of you guys back home so much, but even now when I go back home, I don't feel at home when I go back home, if you know what I mean. I'm getting emotional. Let's go into the cut crease. Okay, so the cut crease is done. Sorry about that little emotional time we just had, guys. I don't know what got into me. This was supposed to be a YouTube video, not a... Yeah, okay. So, moving on, I am going to go ahead and take Flashback on just a dense eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to set the entire lid with that. You know what I've come to find out about just like the YouTubers that I watch, at least, no one really like loved high school. Like a lot of people hated high school. Like I didn't necessarily hate it, but it definitely was not like my favorite time in my life. Like definitely not. Which whatever, it doesn't have to be, right? High school doesn't have to be everybody's favorite time. So I'm gonna like spice this up a little bit and throw in a bit of glitter liner, and this is the Liquid Crystal Body Liner from NYX in Crystal Gunmetal. So this is that, and then I am going to kind of line the cut crease. Okay guys, so the liner is done. Now we are going to go into the lower lash line, and I am going to take my JH34, and I'm going to dip it into the transition shade that we used, Punch Me, and I'm going to just run that on the lower lash line. Just very, very lightly. I don't want to do too much with the lower lash line. I really want like a lot of the focus to be up top. Okay, so that is all we're going to do for that. So now we are going to go into the face. I am just going to wipe off this powder real quick. Okay, so going into the bronzer and the contour, I am going to use Kylie Cosmetics bronzer in Almond for my contour. I'm going to also contour my forehead. And then for bronzer, I'm going to be using the Kylie Cosmetics bronzer in Toasty, and I'm going to just go right over that contour. I look so jacked up right now. This is so bad. Not only is my face uneven, but it doesn't match either. And then I am going to take Kylie Cosmetics blush in We're Going Shopping. We're going to do everything that we didn't do to the other side of the face. And then like I've told you guys before, I don't really like to let this sit. So I am just going to wipe that off right away. I just like to clean up the bronzer and contour a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to set this side. I'm going to attempt to set just this side of the face. Okay, and for highlight, I'm going to use Kylie Cosmetics Highlight in Ice Me Out. And this one is so, so pretty. So now for mascara, I'm going to use my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on Just a little coat before the lashes. Okay, so the next step is lashes, and I'm going to be using Lily Lashes in Gaia, G-A-I-A. So I'm going to put these on off camera real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so now for the lips, I'm going to attempt to do just half of my lips, so we'll see how this works out. Okay guys, so here is the legit half and half look. I do want to go in and do my entire lips because I feel like a crazy person talking to you guys like this right now. I just wanted to let you guys see the legit half and half look. So this is it. What do you guys think? Like, this is how I used to do my makeup in high school. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. What do you guys think of the the modern way that I did this, the more up to date, how I would do this look today? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to go ahead and do the other half of my lip real quick just so I can not feel crazy talking to you guys. Alright guys, so here is the final look with the lips completely done so that I don't look completely crazy talking to you guys. I still do look crazy. I can see that half of my face is still like 3 shades darker than the other half. One eyebrow is not done, but that is how I used to do my makeup in high school. So there's that. Please let me know. I'll post a video. I will post a picture right here up on the screen for you guys somewhere of my raccoon eye makeup look that I did later in high school. That was my go-to. Let me know if you guys want to see a video like this on that look. Let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, please remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, please share it with your friends. If you guys want to follow me on my social media, my Instagram and my Twitter are yagirlm with 2 M's and an underscore afterwards, and my Snapchat is EmilySavannah95. So feel free to follow me on any social media. Other than that, I hope you guys have a good week, and thank you for watching. Bye!